assumption as well, which is fun. Yes, yes, we do. I think I really would have done it no matter what, but you had an interesting look on your face. Like some actors,
We're the face of the community. Your clients come in, we're the first ones that they see. Our goal is to make y'all's job super, super easy. If you're with a builder and you're having to do a whole lot of work, then something is really wrong, because we should be taking care of most of that stuff. So at the sales level, we take the time to build a rapport with your clients, to understand the why, to really tailor a presentation and find solutions. It doesn't feel as transactional as I think it may feel with other builders in the area. So if you haven't been to a community, or if you have, maybe you've seen this before. Now, when it comes to construction, our construction managers, they go through an extensive training process before they're ever kind of released to do their own thing. A lot of them they get poached from other builders because of the training programs that we have in place. And we have extensive internal inspections throughout the build process. We go through 9 total inspections internally, separate from all of the external, from the municipalities, things like that. If you ever walk a Pulte frame, you'll see a bunch of pink dots all over the place. And that's our construction manager going through and double checking all of the framers' work. We're not just relying on our trade partners to do it correctly. We're actually walking the homes every single day, making sure that everything's correct. So communication, that's key. That's the biggest portion of, once you go to your client, goes the contract all the way through to closing. If communication's not there, that's when things tend to not go too well. We do weekly calls, sales, construction. We call the buyers every single week, every Wednesday, with an update, let them know what's going on with the home. We start an email thread with the agent, the buyers, our construction team, and sales. So we all have a place to communicate. We want them to feel a part of the process, not in the dark. Same with you guys, right? So I think our communication is definitely a higher level than other builders that are around, which makes things just a lot easier. Sometimes news isn't good news, right? But you need to know that news, right? So we'll have to deliver that if that comes up, but we are going to keep everybody in the loop on what's going on. And then we've really cleaned up our process towards the end of the build. So we have our meetings throughout the build, introduction meeting, pre-drywall meeting, pre-closing orientation, which historically is a blue tape walk where you're sitting in the house for 3 or 4 hours, tagging up the home, right? We've gotten away from that. We've implemented new processes towards the end to where construction manager creates their punch list, gets it completed, then their manager and our customer care manager comes in after their punch list is created and creates another one for them to fix. So when you go to that pre-closing orientation, it's a true orientation of the home. It's not spending 3 or 4 hours tagging it up. It should look like, wow, they should be closing here tomorrow, not 2 weeks from now. So all of that's great. Now, warranty, as a Pulte homeowner, I can tell you our warranty program is top notch. It is, in my opinion, the best in the industry. So we're still offering the 10-year structural. We're only required to offer 7 now with the new law, but we're still doing 10-year structural. 2-year mechanical warranty, so your electrical, HVAC components, plumbing components, appliances. The plumbing components that's covered in that 2 years, that's everything you can see. So that's going to be the faucets, the plumbing underneath the sinks. Now we have a 5-year water intrusion warranty that no other builder offers any type of water intrusion warranty. So that covers all the plumbing behind the walls. And then in any type of rain events, anything like that, if there's any leaks, roof, windows, doors, anywhere like that, we have that covered as well. And if there's any damage caused by that, we'll mitigate that damage as well. No other builder offers that whatsoever. Our 1-year workmanship and materials warranty, something that's a little different than most builders. We do a one-time courtesy touch up on paints and drywall cracking as the home settles, right? And the other great thing is that our customer care division is in-house. It's not a third-party vendor that we sub it out to. So your buyers would meet the customer care manager at one of the final 2 walkthroughs. So a warm handoff to knowing who they're going to be working with post-closing. Our goal, right, is more than likely this isn't that buyer's last home that they're going to buy. Right? They're going to buy again. Our goal is to take care of them through every step of the process, from the time they walk through the sales office to after contracting and pre-closing, and then obviously post-closing as well. So when they're ready to buy that next home, that move up home, or that downsize, whatever it may be, we're still on their list of options. So that's Pulte's goal, and that's what I feel is kind of different from other builders in the area. So I appreciate y'all's time. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask away. Hey,
Mitch, tell me about the tax rate over there.
oh God, dang, Hank, that's the biggest seller of the community.
So excited.
The biggest seller of the community. So affordability is, a big strain right now for almost every buyer. Second lowest tax rate in all the Austin Metro, 1.79%. No mud, no pit. So incredible there. Yeah. Hank, thank you. Like I was running through, I was like, did I hit everything I was supposed to talk about? Yeah. So 1.79, incredible for affordability. You couple that with, if you have a buyer that's very monthly payment conscious, you couple that with our interest rate promotions that we have going on. There's a lot of times we can get them in the door and get them where they need to be comfortable. So anything else? Tacos good?
So good. So good.
Well, guys, if y'all don't have anything for me, I'll let y'all get on with y'all's Tuesday and y'all's meeting. I do appreciate your time. Y'all have my card there. Come out and see me. We also do continuing education courses. We're holding them at multiple communities throughout the year. I think we have one coming up in March. If that's something that y'all be interested in coming out to, just shoot me an email. I'll get you on that mailing list and let you know when those are happening. Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. All right. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks, Mitch. Oh, the interest rate for y'all's promotions?
4.99% for the government loans and 5.75% for conventional. Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. Because par today is at what, Justin? 6.8?
6875.
6875 is the par rate, but I'll let Justin talk about that when it's Justin's turn.
Thanks,
Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate you. Thank you for the tacos. So what I heard from Mitch was low tax rate, good school district, awesome builder warranty, and no mud or pit. And they're also going to insure your walls from like flooding. So that's awesome, right? So during the cold seasons, if your pipes break in the first 5 years, what if we have what happened in 2022 February happen to your customer's new home, right? So it's going to be covered. Well, welcome everybody. Glad y'all are all here. I feel like we're missing a lot of people, but that's okay. How are y'all doing today? Your mouths are full, huh? And your bellies too. Okay, my agent tip of the week today is just a couple reminders. Let's see, click, clicky, click. I got to click on it. It's presenting, it's not clicking, it's videoing. We got videos, we got people, we got the clicking, but we're not able to move it. You got to share, you got to record. There's a lot going on up here, folks.
Right?
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. My clicker works. And don't forget the down button. Hi, Raj. Welcome, darling. Okay, so this is for you and all the other famous realtors in the room. Don't forget to email WC Management at JB Goodwin your first 6 transactions. So that's 6 listings, 6 buyers, 6 leases. Don't just email Rich at JB Goodwin or Hank at JB Goodwin or Ashley at JB Goodwin. Email WC Management. Why? Because the 4 of us, the 3 of us, and 4, all look at that email. And so whoever's available will answer the question as soon as possible. So it's just the best way for you guys to, I know like y'all like, you're like, Hank's my guy, but Rich is my guy, but Ashley, you're my girl. Yes, and we can all be that for you. But in general scope of when you're emailing contracts at 9 p.m., please use this email so that we can all see it, and the first one who's available will get to it. Okay. And then my agent tip of the week is this open house feedback form is on the shared company drive. I actually created it and dropped it there for you. And it's just this really short 2-pager. If you hold an open house, please use some type of form. This one is a great one. And fill it out and then email it to the listing agent. This is because listing agents are telling their clients, I'm going to hold an open house, or an agent from JB Goodwin's going to hold an open house, and then we get 0 feedback. And so it's so important, especially as you become a listing agent, to communicate those details back to the seller, their client, like what's going on. Well, 3 people stopped by. They all said the paint, the turquoise was ugly. And so we probably need to paint the house, you know? This is a way for agents to get these houses sold and giving feedback from the actual open house of who was there. Not just 2 people came by. If they have agents, what'd you do? Sorry. Like, it needs to be more than that. You need to be asking questions to people that are walking through the house. What do you like about this property? What interests you about this property? What would you improve about this property? Do you think this property is priced normal, average, high for the other properties in this neighborhood? And if you don't know the answer to that question, when you're asking some potential buyer the answer to those questions, like, this is how it's going to make you a better buyer's agent too, right? So you have to get the data and understand the market and what you're trying to do, which is not just get a contract and get $10,000. It's actually like helping people in the process of understanding the product. I think I said last week, like, my first job was a checker at Tom Thumb. My second job was a sales associate at a tanning salon. Okay. And this owner of the tanning salon was like the coolest owner. And he taught me how to sell. And I was 16 years old. And this is where I get all my sales skills from, is this tanning owner. He said, Ashley, when somebody comes in, I want you to get out from the desk. And I want you to walk them through the facility, okay? And I want you to show them the room. And I want you to open the bed. And you're going to see, they're going to see how clean the bed is because you're going to be in here cleaning it. But I want you to them to see it and smell it and to touch it. And then I want you to walk over here to these products that you're going to need to sell, this lotion. And I want you to take the lotion off, and I want you to put the lotion on their hand and have them smell it. Because selling is about looking, seeing, and feeling the product. So when you're walking through a house and you're like, there's the kitchen. That's the bathroom. What do you think? Can you point out any features of the bathroom? Is it dual vanity? Did they update the countertops? Is it quartz counter? Is it granite counter? Is it marble counter? Like, these are some things that you guys need to be doing in your open houses, pointing out the features to help sell said house. And if somebody walks through and they're like, this carpet is ugly, there's too many stains, I see too much grout that needs to be, that's so important for the seller. If the seller is asking some absurd amount of money for a property, to go back to them and say, listen, this is the feedback from the people on the ground. We either need to come down on this price or y'all need to do something to make it get going, right? Cool. So open house feedback form. It's on the shared company drive. Are y'all ready to go sell a house? Look, smell it. Okay, light some candles, put some good juju in there. Anyways, he was a great boss. I forget his name, but I was 16, so that was ages and ages and ages ago. But it was something that always stuck out to me, and I've been in sales ever since. I've been selling lots of different things, yoga for 10 years, and now houses for 5. So it's the same technique, looking, seeing your senses in selling any type of product, right? So, and some people are lucky enough where the houses just sell themselves, like Michelle Moore. Her house listings are so beautiful. But some of us, like Santa Barbara Loop, like need a little help, you know?
Hey, I have to do some work there.
See, I think this past week, Michelle got her a listing, another one in Santa Rita Ranch. So maybe we can do that property for in a couple weeks. Under contract, these are all buyers. Whoop, whoop, yay! So Terry Corinne Louise got a buyer, so proud of you. Ina, she's brand new. She is awesome and already got somebody under contract. RT, good job, darling. And Alex, way to get a buyer under contract. So you kind of get it going. You know, you got to start filling your pipeline because the sales cycle is so long in real estate. Lease listings, way to go. Get your lease listings, Luis and Andrew. Andrew's been hustling it. And lease keys, Emma. Emma actually got 2 lease keys this past week. So good job, everybody. Now over to Hank.
All right, good morning. I'm pumped to sell a house.
House.
I got to start moisturizing, apparently. Couple of announcements for us. We're going to talk about the award winners. So, Team Elite Realty Group. I almost said Realtor Group. Great job on that. Monthly award to Alicia Clark for lease listing agent. Very exciting. East 8th Realty Group for top sales team, and John Reddy Hugh on yeah, good job on that. And then Corinne for sales, that was listing agent, and Laura Papillon as always for the leasing agent. Yep. Our agent of the week, Emma, great job. We see you out there. The TV is really hustling. You're doing a lot of great work. And I think you got some other stuff in the pipeline too. The other thing I wanted to talk about as far as announcements, we are bringing success calls back, but we're going to do it a little bit different than the way that we were doing it previously. So before, you know, we give you a list of expireds, withdrawals, for sale by owners, that kind of stuff. We're still going to be doing a little bit of that, but we want to change it up and we want to encourage you guys to actually make these calls and to start prospecting for yourself. So we're going to be partnering with Premise, and we are going to essentially have you guys come into the office, and that's when we'll provide that list. Premise and Eli and Justin all have a list of potential buyers that they're going to be working with. And on my side of things, we'll also be going through those expired withdrawals and for sale by owners. And so the idea here is to teach you guys a little bit. So there's going to be a 20-30 minute bit of education that comes along with it. From Premise, maybe the life cycle of a loan, or how to hand off a buyer to a lender and not just, hey, here's a lender, give them a call, hopefully you fill out an application. So a little bit of education, and then after that education portion, we are going to give you lists. These are going to be vetted a little deeper, and they're hopefully going to be a little more positive as far as what we can provide for you guys. And then we're going to be there with you. So Justin's going to be there to help us. And you can have a conversation with that potential buyer and say, hey, I can send you over to a lender right now and we can get you pre-qualified in 5 minutes. Same thing with me, I'll be there on the listing side. I'll kind of help you, coach you through, okay, here's how that conversation went. Let's try something different on the next one and kind of work with you guys. So in order to do this, we are going to request that you come into the office if you want to work with this. So we're not going to be sending out lists and hoping that you make these calls anymore. We're going to now have you guys sit in here, get some education while we're doing it, provide these leads and coach you through these, conversations, because we all get a little anxious with those, cold calls. We're like, I don't know if I want to do it. They're going to hang up in my face. Yeah, they probably are, but we're gonna work and coach you through. Okay, that one hung up in your face. Let's go. Just keep working down that list. Keep trying, and let's see if we can get a conversation. Because really, you make 100 calls. If you get one out of it, it's worth it. It is well worth it every single time. So that's what we're going to be doing. Wednesday at 1 o'clock, I'll put out the calendar invite. So tomorrow at 1 o'clock is when we're going to do our first round of this, and we're going to start to kind of work. As far as the schedule goes, we're going to feel it out and see if Wednesday at 1 o'clock works, maybe Friday at 2 o'clock or something along those lines. And so we'll kind of work on it and see where we get more success. But we want you guys in here. We want to be able to provide you with those prospecting tools and the knowledge that's going to make you guys get more business. I mean, that's ultimately the goal. The other announcement that I have, everyone. Yeah. We are very excited. I'm excited. I think she's going to be a great addition to the team. I know she already helps a lot of you agents out already. And so I think she fits right into the role. So I'm very excited for that. And now, we'll have somebody else on the team to help you guys. So I'm going to invite her up and she's going to.
Hi guys, so I'm really excited to join the management team, and I work with a lot of you guys in between and try to help you. So now it's kind of an official thing, so you can come to me, ask questions. I help you.
We're not going to feel better, know you. Now.
That's totally fine. And if you have ideas or something that you want to have towards the management team in terms of what you want for education or you need more assistance with, feel free to just talk to us, to me, and we get something going. And I'm really excited to see all you guys flourishing and get all your careers really starting off. Down button. All right, my tip Tuesday is believe in yourself is the first secret to success. So if you're not believing in yourself, what are you doing? Right? So you believe in yourself and you will actually succeed with that. And I'm pretty sure if you tell that to yourself every single day, you will thrive 100%. It's like an affirmation every single morning. Meditate about it. I will be rocking this day. Will be awesome. This week's challenge. So I will do over the time, I will do a little bit of social media, help you guys getting more out there in terms of video, posting, all these kinds of stuff. For this week, building your visibility online involves sharing your own content. And not only that, I want you guys to engage. So if you have friends or if you have former clients, things like that, where you really friends with on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, go through those feeds, comment on it. So you will see that the algorithm will pick up on that and see that you guys are engaging with those people. You would get the feedback towards your engagement, and that drives your following up. So meaning other people will see it more and more, meaning you get more people looking at your page, right? So engage in that, block some time for it. I do that in the morning more of the time, half an hour. Make sure it's half an hour because you get lost in all this. Because that happens sometimes to me. You say, oh, that's interesting, that's interesting. Then you look at the clock, oh shoot, it's an hour, right? So don't waste too much time to, block a little bit, do this, and you will see that all your following from those will go up, definitely. So we need to manipulate the algorithm. Don't forget to post on social media. So I would recommend 3 times a week. It could be just simple, like I'm sitting in my car going out to the office. Stop. Story. Or you have a little bit of a reel that goes through it. So I do a walkthrough of a model home. Or you just post a little tip. like gardening tip for spring or cleanup spring, these kinds of things. So 3 little snippets in 3 different ways. Don't just do stories, don't just do reels, mix it up. Algorithm is picking that up and will get more people seeing all this. Doesn't have to be really thought out through in any way, just little itty bitty things that helps being out there. And then this week's growing challenge and engagement. So the key is, in essence, like I said, make comments, make little notes, not only liking things. Please, this liking doesn't help the algorithm. What helps is seeing that you guys type in, oh, I love what you're doing, or I love this picture, or I think that's a great idea. Things like that. It has to be 1 or 2 words, an emoji, send it away. Nothing big. And it helps really, getting the engagement for you. And a lot of people, I know that a lot of people have really good success on social media, getting leads from it. This is the way to go. You need to be present all the time, but you don't have to waste much time on it. It's really itty-bitty things that you do every day. And the consistency is the thing that drives you there. Just do it consistently. Even if you just only commit for 1 day, just do that. But don't do, okay, this week I do 1, next week, oh, I'm too busy. Then the next week, oh, I do 4 or 5. The algorithm won't pick that up. So at least commit to 1 thing a week, just to doing it. That's it. And
Awesome
on to
title.
I can do it. I'll do that.
A couple things. Good morning, y'all. I took all the flyers out of that wall hanger in the agent room up there, and I'm updating them all, but I'm going to leave some here because these aren't bad to use. But you'll see some updated ones. Do you have the one that I sent
Sure,
this morning?
yeah.
This one, I'm getting copies of. You can't read it too well, but it's pre and post closing reminders. So this is great. So once you get the contract from your buyer, seller, it kind of walks you through on IDs, earnest money, our office location, small little things to remind you. But Kim would always remind her clients as well, but you don't want to come to the closing table or the day of closing and they call you frantically going, where's closing at? Oh, I need a new ID. My ID expired, or my spouse needs to be there. So very, very helpful. And then after closing reminders, we remind them about the homestead exemption, where and when they can file that. They need a current driver's license with that home address on there to file that. And then we always tell them about funds. How can you get the funds to us, whether it's going to be a certified check or wiring instructions. Super helpful. So that's going to be coming. I'm going to send it out to you guys in a PDF. But any of our flyers that you see on our website, AustinTitle.com, if you go to the right corner under marketing material, we're constantly adding to it. There's over 130 flyers now. They'll all be fresh in this room up here. But a couple classes I just want to remind you of that are happening this week. If you want to perfect your listing presentation, we've got a class that's on Zoom. It's CE Listing 101, the nuts and bolts of a listing presentation. That will be tomorrow, 10 to 12 on Zoom. And I'll send out the registration if you guys are interested in this. And then Thursday at 10, Roxanne Ford, who's my sales manager, is going to be going over the Austin Title Agent app. And if you've noticed, if you've been working in it, they've added the buyer's compensation and seller's concession. It's already built in there. So simple. When you're doing the net sheet, you just go to compensation, you pick the percentage amount and who's paying for it, buyer or seller. Super simple. It's awesome. You use it.
I use it all the time. It's great.
Yeah. When clients are calling, I use it. And yesterday we were off and I got several phone calls. And I did it and I showed him and it was so simple. Anything?
Yeah, I had a tip. I just had a tip about when you're writing a contract for your buyer or seller, whatever it is. It helps us if the buyer's email and phone number is on the contract, because we have to send out an email, to send earnest an option, and it's always good to have the phone number because then if they're going to do a mobile app, we have to have their mobile phone number too. So just a reminder that if you don't have it on the contract, that's fine. You can send us an email with it. But just one way or the other, just, we just need those emails. Yep.
Any questions for us?
Yeah.
I would say always put your information on the contract. Like I see contracts come through and even listing agreements where it's just the seller's name and there's no address or phone number. Like people, there is a contact. How are we going to contact them? If it's not through you, how? So, and even in the agent portion, it's just JB Goodwin and y'all don't even put your own name on there. I always put my name on my contracts. Like this is my contract. Yes, JB's my broker, but names, phone numbers, addresses, especially the very last page when it has seller info and buyer info, like put the information there so that everybody who's viewing these contracts knows how to get in touch with these people. Just like execution date is so important. When did this get executed? The whole contract is based on that date. Option period, earnest money, option days, like appraisal period, contingencies. Like if y'all don't know when that is, and you're just basing it off of the last person that signed, like you as the agent have to sign it as the last person. That's the execution. So it's so important that y'all fill it out fully. No blanks.
Very, very.
Thank you. You're welcome. Come on down.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Good news for you guys.
Woo, good news. Good news. Okay. We're figured down. The click is down.
All right, so this last week we saw a lot of stability in the market.
Spider?
Finally.
Where?
As you guys know, interest rates.
With the Spider Wrangler.
Oh.
Way to go, Wrangler. Spider Wrangler.
Right on my face.
All right, so yeah, a lot of stability last week. As I mentioned earlier, rates have now stabilized at 6.85 to 8.75. What I've noticed with premise, we're always an eighth of a point lower than the national average. So I've been really impressed with our rates lately. I just locked somebody in at 6.75 with only 0.8 in points, which was really nice. Yeah, and today we saw a little bit of movement. Kind of a sell-off in the bond market, but that's to be expected. We'll see if that actually does a dent or puts a dent in interest rates. I doubt it. Economic events. Last week we saw an increase in inflation. Big surprise, right? Everybody feels that, but it was only slight, 0.4% over the 0.3% expected. So the good news is recent purchase demand is stronger than last February. Last year, indicating an increase in buyer activity very soon. So hopefully you guys will start getting more contracts. More pre-approvals equals more contracts. So send them over, get your clients pre-approved. I just wanted to show you, this was over the last 2 years. So we're right. This is, if you can't see it back there, this is 6%. This is 7%. And so we're right in the middle. Hopefully it kind of stabilizes right in there at 6.5, but we'll see. This is over the last, since last year, or no, I'm sorry, since September last year. So we got all the way down to 6% almost, and we're trending that way again. So say your prayer. Hopefully we get there. Seriously, yeah. Please prayer. So January referring agents, this list keeps on growing. So thank you guys so much. The referring agents were Lily Drayton, Artie Chandra, Gabriel Gutierrez, Luis Arias.
Gabe, all right, Gabe.
Adios. Andrew Medina, Miranda Ray Roberts, Lena Velez, Nancy D. Demas, Jeremy Fox, and Miriam Eskinder. Some of these actually had 2 to 3 referrals. So thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Artie. The top agents were Lily with 3, and then second place we had a tie, Artie and Jeremy. We just really appreciate it. Like I said, this list keeps on growing. Continue to trust us. It's really showing our numbers. So thank you guys. That's all I got though.
Oh, house masters, so they're not here today, but reminder, next week we have our off-campus sales meeting, which is going to be in Manor at the DR Horton, the Carolyn. So we're meeting here at 9:15, and then we're carpooling or caravanning over to Manor, which is that way, I think. And that's where the meeting will be at 10. So if you don't get here in time to caravan, you can get there at 10 for the meeting. And then Tammy and Daryl are going to be there for the mock inspection, right? And again, this is a great way to get some social content. Maybe you're getting the inspectors inspecting, you know, something and putting it out there of what they're doing, you know? And then that could be like something you do on Monday.
Make multiple shots for multiple weeks.
Multiple things and multiple times. Yes. So don't forget that's next week. And of course, they always say we are going to start booking some classes. We're working on that. So next up, oh, he's not here. So here we go. Come on down to the market.
All right.
So this wrapped up in 20 minutes.
So that's all I got. To kind of piggyback on what Premise is saying, what Justin's saying is there is buyer activity.
Oh, yeah.
And the positivity, the thing we're seeing right now in the market. So I went back and looked at it. There's been 16 weeks end over end that prices have continued to decrease. Overall, those prices are significantly down from where they were last year and in 2023. So that is kind of adding to this like anticipation of this springtime where potentially more buyer activity. So, you know, we're trending hopefully towards the right place in interest rates, but I think people are starting to realize that this like 6.5 range is going to be the new normal. And that's what we have to coach our buyers through, is to understand, you know, this interest rate, if we speak relatively, is higher than where it was in 2021, where it's at 2%. We're not going to see that again. But what we are seeing is that position of the house, the price overall is just in such a good position that you should be looking at it. I mean, there's a balance that happens between interest rates being high and house prices being low. And then on the other side, I think interest rates being low and house prices being high. On a monthly basis, that's going to be what, you know, on a monthly price point, it's going to look very similar. So if you've got a $400,000 house at a 6% interest rate versus a, you know, $500,000 house at a 3% or 4% interest rate, it's going to be very similar. So we have to coach these buyers through that. Just to talk about in general the market. So new active listings at 1,009. That's pretty high as far as what's coming on the market. So a little bit of seller anticipation. We're looking, okay, maybe we're going to start to see in the springtime more and more buyer activity. Again, price decreases 12.52. It keeps going. Like I said, 16 weeks now, end over end, price decreases happening. So the average price is just coming down, coming down, coming down. A lot more affordability for these buyers out there. Price increases, again, it's there. There's probably people fluctuating, going up, going down. Builders do that a lot. Back on market, 142. That's actually kind of an uptick from where it was last week. So more people are kind of getting that like anticipation of March, April, getting their home on the market. Active under contract and pending, that's actually up a little bit from where it has been in the past couple of weeks as well. So we have buyers recognizing, okay, now is that time in the market where we have good low prices and we can ask for a lot of those concessions or be more aggressive with these offers. I know, Michelle, you're getting offers at $50,000 under what
125.
125, yeah. You know, people out there making those aggressive offers, the buyers are feeling that and they're saying, okay, maybe, you know, we can pull the trigger and we can get that affordability. Closed is up right now as well. So people are out there buying. I mean, this number is not lying to us. There is more buyer activity. I know that Premise has seen probably an uptick in pre-quals and applications. So definitely feeling it. And then withdrawals, expires, and holds, that's the opportunity there for you guys. They're still on the market. Let's go try and grab them and say, hey, you know, now might be a great time. Maybe you didn't have success in November, December, or January, but maybe we can revisit that and we can get it back on the market and potentially get your property sold at a really good time. I focused in on Hutto this week and just kind of wanted to take a quick snapshot of what we're seeing. The biggest thing is that average house price. I mean, 410 and 389 over 2023 and 2024, down to 384. So prices just across the board, as we've looked at Georgetown, we've looked at Gerald, we've looked at Round Rock, we've looked at Hutto. All of them are significantly lower than what we've been looking at over the past 2 years. So great opportunity for those buyers to get out there and yeah.
And for a little perspective, when I started in 2016, maybe is when I started,
that number would have been around 150.
Wow.
Average
150,
price.
200, somewhere around in there.
Yeah, it was it was well under 200.
And this 2024, you're probably seeing this spike from the Samsung craze. You know, a lot of people were out there and they're out going to land on the market for $1 million. And, you know, my home is going to be so valuable because of Samsung. Yes, there is a little bit of that and it should continue to drive Hutto. But right now is that opportunity for those buyers to get in at a reasonable price before that happens. And so a lot of opportunity, especially like if you were to show a client this and say, hey, you know, you said you want to wait another year, this could very well change in 2026. We could see it come back up to that 400 mark. So definitely start coaching those buyers who are saying, oh, well, now's not the time, the interest rate and all of that stuff. Well, the interest rate might be high, but you're getting a property at a way lower price point than where it has been in the past 2 years. So active in total in Hutto, you've got 248, all ranging from 269,000 up to 2.5 million. That 2.5 million house is absolutely gorgeous. It's like 6,000 square feet. It's got a pool. It's got like 6 bathrooms. Like who needs 6 bathrooms? But it's got it. Go check it out. I didn't even know that there was property like that in Hutto, but it's on like 8 acres. It's really gorgeous.
Where's it at?
Is that lookout of Virtue Creek, that one?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
And
right next to this house.
yeah,
Oh.
2.5 million on the market, and it's only going to go up from there, hopefully. So active under contract and pending 131. Sold in the last 30 days. It's pretty significantly down from 2024, which you should think that with the price points being where they are, that there should be more movement, and there just hasn't been yet. But this is that opportunity. Less buyer activity right now versus potential buyer activity in the spring might be a really good time for clients to get in. Less competition, more inventory, and lower prices. You know, all of those things working together could put your buyer in a really good position. So 111 sold year to date, both years. It's down pretty significantly. I've been trying to find indicators. I looked at Round Rock, Georgetown, other areas, and it's actually up from where it was in 2024. It's probably, again, that kind of Samsung craze. People were probably like, oh, Samsung, we got to go buy a property in Hutto. And that's calmed down a little bit.
I would also say there have been some issues in Hutto's ISD. Yeah, and that's probably one of the issues right now is that they had some things happen that weren't great.
Okay. So we should probably look into that.
Yeah,
But-
I think there was inappropriate behavior with teachers, and then there was I think there was a stabbing, maybe a shooting.
It was stabbing.
Okay.
Sorry, I taught in Hutto for
So
2 years.
absolutely. Well,
It was the
and those are all influences.
The end of my teaching career.
Those-
FYI.
Those are all influences that you're going to be looking at, you know, when you're looking at the overall market. What's going on with the ISD? What's going on
It was.
with development in the area? All of those things. So that could be an indicator of it as well. I'll actually maybe go look into that. I didn't know anything was going on with the ISD.
Well, I think,
so-
I mean, parents know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
probably why you're seeing a drop, because I think last year,
And it is all over the news.
yeah,
I
it
read
is
stuff
all over.
this morning still.
It's not only there, Leander School District is dropping teachers. It's crazy because they're not getting the funding that they need. So
Yeah.
We heard the
another
same
thing.
thing for the.
By the way, Liberty Hill going 4 days a week
So
next year.
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that
Leander maybe
specifically
too.
families have problems with.
Wow, I've heard a lot of people are doing that, but I didn't.
Liberty Hill is, I think they're voting on it tonight.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's keep our ears to the ISDs apparently, so.
But if
Leander, Liberty Hill,
Leander's
Georgetown.
doing it and Liberty Hill is doing it, I mean, that's a little bit better just because there's 2 of them that are pretty close together, but
We're not at the 4 days yet. So, for April, the 4 days doesn't mean that the kids have less, material or less time. to
No,
school.
yeah.
It will drop longer. They will stay longer.
And I heard the 5th day will be online, like for school, and the 5th day will be online. It's not gonna be off. day.
Yeah. So there's a lot of change that specifically families moving here have to deal with. So, and
Yeah.
that is probably why we see that.
Yeah, certainly. Well, and we'll keep an eye on it. Maybe I'll dive into Liberty Hill, Leander as well and see if we see a similar pattern.
this just came out, so we probably won't see that for a little bit, but what we'll probably see a lot of houses go on the market.
Yeah, fair.
The parents are mad.
So we should see an uptick on active listings.
mad.
Yeah. Okay. And then average days on market, 71, you know, prepare your sellers, talk to them about that. the potential of it taking a little longer and your prices are going to be lower. So make sure that that really works for your seller and you understand what their goals are when they're listing a property. And on to Rich. A little bit more excited.
You get buyers. Take them to huddle and tell them, don't be a sissy. One stabbing. Hey, they're friendly. The students are friendly with their teachers.
Nope. Cute.
Don't be sissies. Don't be sissies. Get out there and buy something. Had some bad news this weekend. Friend of mine choked on some gummy bears. Passed away. But we're just going to say he got killed by bears. It's a lot better than that. All right, success stories. Oh, wait. Action is the foundation of success. You know, they all sound the same, right? Because they're all true. You can't hit a home run without swinging the bat. You got to do something, folks. If you're not doing something, if you're just sitting home waiting for that phone to ring, you're going to get a bed sore somewhere you don't want it. You got to do something. Take some action, right? We're just going to do that. Success calls again. Come in. Make those calls. We'll all be here. Well, not all of us. But some of, you won't be alone, and we'll be able to help you through that. Who had success this week? Is Andrew here? I know Andrew had some. Nobody had success? No action, folks. You got to do some action. Yes, our newly crowned sales and leasing manager.
So yesterday I had a buyer's consultation so I built all these relationships with people in my community. So I'm really good friends now with the publisher of our community magazine. They have also a website. They also have an Instagram. Guess what? Somebody was texting her, hey, do you have somebody in Steiner Ranch who can help us with buying a house? Sure. And Hannah said, yes, I do. And guess what? Looks like they want to move here in June. We have to figure out some details, but just because I'm in the community, just because I'm posting things and get those relationships, I might get the buyer.
Yay. If you are not part of a group, oh, and thank you for coming in, even though you were late.
Go sorry.
Traffic.
Shame.
What have you done for me lately? Anyway, if you're not part of a group, right, Michelle, how many, just from your runners club that you're part of, how many leads or how many?
Probably 15, 18.
Wow.
Yeah. Buy sells. Yeah.
Right?
I don't even know. I quit
Yeah.
keeping track just because I'm not in that running group anymore, but still I run with a much smaller group of women. And even then, like I think last year somebody bought from me. There's 3 of us that run together.
So,
yeah.
wow. So you want to be part of these little groups,
Yeah.
whatever it is, make sure you like what the group does.
Yeah.
All right.
It would probably be great if I didn't. Well, I don't really.
Don't get into
Let's be honest.
don't get into a cliff diving group if you don't like cliff diving. All right. So that's good. All right. So that's what you want to do. Who else has success? Success. Yes, Michelle.
I don't know if I told this story last week, but the listing that I just got was because the guy was literally packing up his U-Haul
Yeah.
and saw that I was doing drone photos on the house across the street. And that's the listing that I am putting on the market. So
Yeah.
Pier 12 went under contract, 213 should be coming on the market. Great Lawn Bend in Santa Rita Ranch.
All right. All right.
And that all came from people that I talked to in the neighborhood.
All right. Be involved, folks. Be involved. That's how you do it. All right. Google reviews. The Wizard. Alex was an absolute pleasure to work with during the whole process. He was very honest and open, communicative. on everything. All right,
That's a hard.
good, good. That wasn't.
Oh,
hard.
Sefton.
Anthony, is Anthony here?
Sefton.
Anthony, the person.
I wanted to know if Anthony was here though. And he turned on you. Hey, Sefton, not only professional, but took the time to understand exactly what I was looking for in a home, right? Communication is always something that they want to brag about. If you don't have any reviews, get your sister-in-law or your brother-in-law. Get somebody with a different last name just to say what a great guy you are, what a great gal you are. Great communication skills. If you're looking for a realtor, I highly recommend. Okay, get something in there, right? Because people look at those reviews, and if you have none, and they look and they see Michelle who's got a whole ton, they're going to hire Michelle. All right. All right. If we all have noticed, I've lost a little bit of weight. I just burned 2,000 calories yesterday. Yeah. Last time I take a nap with the brownies in the oven. Do we have any more? No.
Relocation.
Make sure you get your outgoing referrals in. Remember, outgoing does not mean that they're leaving Austin necessarily. They could be moving anywhere. It's just something that you personally cannot help because it's outside of our market area. So outgoing means that we are giving it to somebody else. There's a $200 gift card from Boot Barn, and it's going to happen next week at the meeting. We're going to do the drawing, and we have one.
Wow, guys.
I have a little love for her outfit.
You are like ready to sell that property in
Oh
your
my
boots.
God, you guys are seriously hyping me up. I need to-
Well, that's what we do here.
I know.
That's what we do. Hype you up. And hopefully you win that Boot Barn gift certificate and get yourself a little Stetson.
Aren't boots over that?
Yeah. I'll go shopping with you.
Okay.
Right.
Tell me.
We'll go to the Casey.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll never take you there.
No,
Girl, she's gonna show you like a $5,000 pair of boots.
1,800.
Yes.
Let's get that property sold and then we'll go.
Yeah. And then, yes.
So by the way, if anybody needs a ranch property, Maggie has one. Yes.
All right, girl.
All right, so really, we need the win here next week, so that hopefully the drawing we win. But you have until next week to get those referrals in. Okay. I think that's it. That's it. That was, what was the other one? San Antonio. Max.
Yeah, I'm not gonna open it.
Max. Yeah, open envelope.
Yeah, for Maggie.
Oh, yeah, envelope.
Wait, what?
You open it, I was like, circle up, yeah.
Yeah,
choose.
because we're trying to get bingo.
We're trying to get bingo. Oh, I see. I missed that meeting.
Apparently I did too. I don't know. So I'm just gonna open up an envelope.
Yeah,
Yeah, and let us know which one
Hey,
you got.
And then I'm gonna do what?
Yeah, then you're gonna go put your little guy
Okay,
in there.
Whatever you're gonna get in that
Okay.
envelope, stick it there.
Wait. All
Hopefully
right. I
you
still
have
don't know
a
the point of this.
cowboy
Don't worry
hat
about
to
it.
make it even harder
Or
to get
cow
boots.
patty.
That's fun. To make it impossible to get boots.
And then she got,
Bull riding. What does that mean?
Right up there. Okay, well,
get
we
to
don't
put
have
your
your
sticker right there.
We don't have
Oh,
a
okay, I
yet.
see what
Yes,
we're
supposed
doing
to.
here.
Anyway.
Okay.
Y'all, that's kind of sad. We only have 4. San Antonio always kicks our ass. We just need to change the military there. They have what? They do have military there, but y'all, we have the military right up there.
Yeah.
So,
Camp Mayberry.
yes.
Camp Cavazos.
Yep. All right. Bye, y'all.
Thank you.
All right, let's see some updates on training. So creative ways to use the CMA to get listings. So we were talking about a lot of stuff that we can do to get more of these. And there are creative ways for, you know, Zestimate and all this kind of stuff that we have. And discover innovative ways to leverage the CMA actually. And Grant will tell you how you can use those CMAs, the short version, to send out to potential sellers and get that listing. So it's just an hour. Where's your time? Go on Google Meet and then let's see if we can get some more listings again. Ooh. And we have personalizing. We talked about this last week, right? There were not many arms up in terms of who has the personalized business books up there. So seller's guide, buyer's guide, things like that. So it's easy to set up. We have it on the hub. We can use it with Canva. There are methods like flip books. This is free, guys. So if you send out these things via email, there will be a link as a flip book. People can go online through it. It's easy. You don't have to have paper sending anything, email, right? And also, we can also print those here as well. So make it your own. Easy peasy. And I think we have just one more, right? The power of daily living. Yeah. One day at a time. We do that one day at a time. Are you guys time blocking your stuff so that you have a routine? Okay. So fill your demands and rapid changes. It's easy to feel overwhelmed. So, but if you do block your time, if you have a little bit of consistency in what you do in your daily basis, it's easier. Little things every day go a long way. Instead of doing one day everything, you overwhelmed and nothing happens because you're not repeating it. So make it a daily habit. So the daily time, so you focus and effort, be consistent in what you're doing, and live by. So I live by my calendar. If it's not on the calendar, it's not happening. So I need to check it off. If I don't, I'm not getting anything done. All right. Do we have one more? No, right? Oh, yeah, we did it.
Just to wrap up.
But it's just the condensed version. So the buyer and seller guide, what I just told you on the 21st. Then open house and conversion conversation. I teach that class. So if you don't know what to do during an open house, want a little bit of tips and snippets, what I do, usually I bring some props showing you guys how I'm doing it. And you can ask questions, things like that, and we can go over the whole process. So that will be on the 26th. And then again, buyers and sellers guide on the 28th. So you see, this is pretty important because this is self-branding. You are your own brand. We with JB Goodwin, sure, but you are the person who is selling those homes. Brand yourself, make you the authority in your area. Engage with people and make sure that they know your face. So be in Facebook groups, be in moms and tots groups, or sponsor something for teachers, things like that, so that they know who you are. That's all. All right, I think that's it.
Thank you. Yep. Oh, and James got here, so let's backtrack and get James. We decided to put you guys before all this other stuff. So James, why don't you come on down?
Sorry, guys. I had a meeting that went long today, so I apologize. Hope everybody's doing well. Real quick, so later this week, there's going to be, or actually, I believe starting tomorrow, it's going to start really cooling down. Make sure you cover up your faucets and stuff. Make sure if you're talking to clients, it's a good way that we use to connect with our clients and potential clients to say, hey, here's just a little friendly notice. This is coming down the pipe, because a lot of people get busy and don't pay attention. And then they have pipe freeze, they break, and then they have water damage. My follow-up to that is, if you or someone you know has a pipe break or freeze situation, please encourage them to call their agent first. Can't tell you how many times we see people with a pipe break, water claim, whatever, they call in for the claim, and the cost to fix the problem is not as much as the deductible, but now you have a claim showing on your record. So it's just one of those things. It really is why we as agents should be out and having this kind of communication. Just shopping online is great and everything, but being able to have somebody you know and trust that you can call and get the information from is really important. And once again, we don't ever discourage someone from filing a claim. That is not the intent. The intent is to make sure that every claim is a good claim, so that when it happens, it makes sense. You're not wasting those opportunities on things that don't really matter. The follow-up, I just out of curiosity, because I want to say thank you, works with DM McLaughlin. Is anybody in? Me. Thank you. I had a really good conversation with her. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
thank you very much for shooting that over. And then I think that's it. Any questions or anything that you have for insurance? Oh, one last thing. I didn't remember. Sorry, that was a little, when it comes to like referring and stuff like that, our office we have a JOT form. Is everybody familiar with JOT form? Would it be helpful to you to have our JOT form to either yourself put the information or give to a client and say, hey, all you gotta do is just throw your information here. It'll automatically kick over to our office, and then we're able to do everything for you. So you're not having to like figure out what is it that they need to get a quote for this home or whatever. Would that be helpful? Yeah. Okay. So I'll get the JOT form out to leadership, and then if you guys want to shoot that out, and then it's as simple as just click on it, run the information, and it kicks over to my office, and we'll get that out. And usually about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, we can get a quote out. So, because if it's not me, if I'm out doing stuff like this, it's one of my folks in the office that's going to run that quote for you and get the information back. All right. Any other questions? I'm getting really, really good at this guy.
Thanks, Jay. And lastly, just listed new buyer of new lease. To follow up on what he said, I actually just saw like a Instagram meme of a realtor. She went to Home Depot and she got the little faucet covers. I don't know, it's probably about 50, and then she put her card on them and she went and took them to all of her neighbors. So if you have an extra, $20 and you wanted to go do that, that is a way you could do. You pop by for cold weather tomorrow, put on their faucet, put your business card on it. It doesn't even have to be anybody that you know, like, and trust, just your neighbors.
Yeah, it's an opportunity, guys, to, use all of these different events that, like he was saying, follow up, do the pop-bys. I do that every single time the freeze warning comes up. All my neighbors get the little, like, even if I see it on there, I'm like, I'm still going to drop it off. Yep.
They have one in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Just listed, new buyer needs, new leads needs. Anybody?
Yeah.
I have a coming soon, but give me like what your best offer is now. It's a little over 12 acres, FM 1331 near 428 in Taylor. We're probably going to be, it's got a small 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom little house on it. So it's got power. It's got septic system.
Is it acreage?
Yeah, it's
12
a little
acres.
over 12
Okay.
acres.
Oh, very nice. I guess I didn't hear that.
It's got water, but we're working out an easement with the water.
How close to town?
10 minutes.
And is it Samsung?
Yeah, you can see Samsung.
Oh, cool.
Like, I mean, in the distance, but you
Yeah.
can see it. So, and we're probably gonna be somewhere around 500-600.
Cool.
Can you
Maybe.
email me the details? I have a plan.
Okay.
Looking
awesome.
at Taylor?
Yeah, will do.
Very good.
Will do. Thank you. Also, I still have the house in Avalon with the pool. It's almost summertime. People are gonna be looking for pools. Remember me.
There you go.
Oh, and somebody asked about, they're like, what is our iBuyer program? It's nothing, so I don't know if y'all know this, but like you're legally, you can't, like if you say you're going live with the listing, it has to go live within 24 hours. That's like Trek rule. So if you put a sign in the yard, it has to be on the MLS within 24 hours. Now you may drive by and see that sign for 2 weeks in your neighborhood and you're like, haven't seen it go live. They're obviously in violation of the rule. But inside brokerages, we can share listings with each other that are off market. We call them pocket listings, this kind of thing when they're going on and off market. That's kind of what we call our iBuyer program, like giving y'all the inside scoop before it's made live to the public. So once it's live to the public, it's on Redfin, it's on Realtor, it's on Zillow, right? It's blasted everywhere. Now everybody can see that, but inside the brokerage, we're trying to share that information with each other during sales meetings and the like, so we can try to get those deals done via intermediary. So that's what that is. Somebody email me, what is that? It's just a way for us to share listings, pre-listing them, and when they're off market, like Santa Barbara Loop.
Yep. Santa Barbara Loop, everyone. Coming up in April. Yeah, Michelle.
I have a new listing coming up in Santa Rita Ranch off of Great Lawn 213 Great Lawn. It is a 2-story with a 2-story living room, all the way up. Has a fireplace. It has a pie-shaped backyard, but it's a huge backyard. It's really, really big. It is 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths with a media room, an office, and a dining room.
Goodness.
So it's huge. About 4,100 square feet. The thing that I like most about this house is the laundry room is connected to the master closet. So that's kind of cool. They can walk right through the master closet out. We're going to be on the market at $925, and I need somebody to hold it open. I don't have pictures yet because the weather is kind of weird this week. So praying that the pictures get done Thursday, and then we will be ready to go live Friday or Saturday.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Good.
So if anyone wants to do an open house, let me know. It is in Santa Rita Ranch, which has that weird rule about no spiky thingies in the ground. So, but they have A-frames. Huh?
There's not a lot of obeying. I saw that the last few.
Yeah, but then if Miss Elizabeth sees those signs, she's
gonna
gonna
take
come
them. She's
bitch
gonna
you
take them.
out.
No, like she came and bitched me out.
Yeah,
when I
you
was
know,
there.
because I have no A-frames in my car, and it's a pain in the butt to put them on because they tangle up in the car, and then you need to pull them out. And stuff
Yeah,
like that.
A-frames are kind of that, they're these big heavy metal, but they do provide them. You just have to put them up and make sure that they are standing up. I put rocks on them. I find rocks and put on, but
So if you're doing them in Santa Rita Ranch, if you're doing them for Michelle, talk to that's another thing. When you sign up for an open house, reach out to the listing agent, ask for additional information.
I will tell you
Make
that
sure-
not a lot of
Yep.
listing agents know that rule, and they don't know it. I didn't know it. I live in the neighborhood. I had no idea until Deanna got yelled at by Miss Elizabeth Parks, who is the owner of Santa Rita Ranch and the developer, her and her husband.
They have irrigation systems that run all through there, and she freaks out if you.
But it's
spike
only on
through
the
there.
main roads.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only on what?
Santa Rita Ranch.
Rosa and
Santa Rita Ranch Boulevard,
Yeah.
Elizabeth Park Boulevard, and Ed's Lake.
Rich?
Yeah, I've got a new listing. It's in Belton. It's 0.7 miles from Stillhouse Lake. It's a 3-3. So it's decorated. It looks like a model home. It's 2,100 something square feet, 410. It just went live yesterday, and I really need somebody to hold it open. And if somebody else wants to, I have 2 in Belton, they need held over, but this one especially, so let me know.
how about Olivia?
You can do 2 open houses the same day. Just so you know, you're in the same
Area.
spot.
Yep.
You just have to rearrange signs.
Acreage lot?
Yeah, no, it's on 0.3, but it's a corner lot, so it's a real big lot, and then you have like a area in the corner that is part of the HOA that can't build on. So it looks like it's on a half acre.
Okay.
Yeah. And it backs up on the green belt, so you only have one neighbor.
For any of y'all that really want to do an open house and also do a video at the same time, the little downtown Belton area is absolutely
It is really cute.
adorable, and the like river goes right in front of all the bars and
Downtown Belton?
So
Yeah.
yeah,
We need to make a road trip out there.
Was
I
it
mean,
the
that would be
And
much
there's
more
a
fun
residence
than.
over
There's a
there, right?
restaurant right on Lake Belt
And then we do
called
a
the
happy
Big
hour right
Fish.
after.
yeah.
Oh, now
Oh,
we're
and a
talking.
great view.
Yeah.
We're just saying that would be a great place to do it.
I'm not driving Belt.
I would rather drive there than Manor.
Eh,
I have a listing out there.
Hang on, Maggie's back.
No, guys, I gotta go.
Yeah, you're one great outfit.
My cat is outside, and I'm so nervous right now. I gotta go check, see if my cat is gone.
Oh, gosh. I've got a coming soon as well, in Round Rock, 908 Green Meadow Drive. It would make an absolute great investment. We're currently working through if the owner is going to remodel it and make it, nice and pretty and put it on the market, or if we're just going to actively try to pursue investors on the sale. Price is going to vary depending on what that decision is, what that decision comes to. But it's going to be in between, you know, the low end of maybe around the low 300s and the high end in the mid to high 300s. It's got a pool. It's a really big lot, and it's no HOA, so a lot of stuff you can do
Where's
with
it
it. I forget the name of the neighborhood, but it's not far from here at all.
What's the street?
It's on Green Meadow. I'd have to look up the exact neighborhood, but it's 10 minutes down the road here. And
Is it just old inside or is it like?
it needs a little bit of work. It's old, like carpets need to be replaced, that kind of stuff. Probably
But it's
needs a
not
new
trash.
paint job.
It's
No, it's not
just-
trash.
it's
It's
just original.
overall, the house is in really good condition. It just needs updating. It needs, you know, new paint, cleaning, that kind of stuff. So, owners looking at the possibility of both. So if you guys have any investors, somebody interested in something like that, it would be a great property.
I have another coming soon.
Okay, yeah. let's hear it.
It is a lease listing in Butler Farms in Liberty Hill. It is actually somebody who works for JB Goodwin, so let's get this lease listed for her or leased for her. It is, Butler Farms is way out Liberty Hill. almost 3,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms. It is almost a brand new house. And we're probably gonna put it on the market right around 2,900. And it'll go on the market in April, mid to late April, but it would be great to get people through there. She would be willing to show it ahead of time if somebody knows that they want to be moving in like May or June. Usually people don't like to do that, like lease that far out, but I think she would be really happy to know that the house was leased before they moved.
Nice. All right. Anybody else?
So my listing in Rancho Santa Fe goes on live earlier than anticipated. So we will go live in March 1st. So it's on 1 acre. It's a corner lot on a semi cul-de-sac. A little bit over 2,800 square foot, 4 bed, 3 bath. It shows like a model home. It's a former David Weekley. So they did an amazing job of decorating everything. It looks gorgeous. We still wait for the weather, like you with the pictures.
Yep.
We will be around $8.99. So if anybody would like to have something with beautiful surroundings, acreage, and a really, really nice house, you should take one away.
Very good.
We're the
Luis?
Rancho Santa Fe, the Liberty Hill.
Yes, I have an English listing in Buda, a 3-bed, 2-bath house, 1,450 square feet. The price is 2,900. It's a little overpriced, but everything is negotiable in real estate.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a corner lot, and it's pretty close to downtown, 20 minutes far away, Turner's Crossing community. So if you know someone, let me know.
Very good. Anybody else? Cool. Success calls tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Make sure, you know, if you guys want to come in, if you want to learn about that and you want to get, we're passing out leads, people. So come on.
I've got to plug that. So we started doing this on our team, setting up 3 hours of call blocks a week. So it's 1 hour on Monday, 1 hour on Wednesday, 1 hour on Friday. Guys, what I found is I can literally focus for that 1 hour and then it frees up all my time the rest of the day. So come knock out your calls, because we all have to make calls, and get a little knowledge. And then if your seasons, you know, the young ones need your help. So look forward to seeing everybody.
Very good. All right. All righty.
All right.
That's a wrap, everyone.
Property tour.
Property tour, yes. Property tour
Property
right
tour
after
is
this.
happening.
Catherine
You've
is
got